This conference will now be recorded.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Regina, you can kick us off.
All right. Well, I am Regina and I have sarcoidosis. I am your moderator for today, and my other two companions, they are out and will be here next month. I have had sarcoidosis since 1994. I have it in my lungs, in my neural system, and in my skin. And I've had it, I guess, 31 years. I am on Remicade and doing just fine. I get it every 4 weeks. And in fact, Friday is my day, and it's called my joy juice. So, yeah, joy juice. Let me tell you, it's probably the best thing the doctors have ever done for me since I've had sarcoid. Um, it did did its job compared to all the other protocols that I've been on. So, yeah, Rebecca.
And my name's Rebecca, and I first found out that I probably had sarcoid in 2022, and I have it in my lungs. That's where it was first found. And then last year it was diagnosed in my heart, and actually my last PET scan showed that at least in the heart and the lungs, there didn't seem to be any active inflammation. Um, about a month ago, however, I started having what I think is a sarcoidosis flare. I got very, like, my joints started to swell, especially in my hands and my feet. And I just was very stiff and sore. So I had been trying to get off steroids, but I had to go back on a much higher prescription. Uh, but now I still have a little bit of pain that can pop up in my hands. But I backed down to 5 milligrams of prednisone, and I'm seeing my um, rheumatologist tomorrow, and I'm going to ask him, should I just go off or should I, taper down more slowly than that? Because I saw a different rheumatologist last week in Rochester, and his opinion is that I should just, I went down from 30 to 20 to 10 to 5, and he thought after a week on 5 I should just stop taking it, which I'm a little wary of doing. Um, so I'm going to talk to my other doc tomorrow.
I have a question. Do you think, and I think this might happen to me, do you think that the change of the weather has something to do with any of that? Because when the weather changes for me, my body has a hard time adjusting, honestly. And these last few weeks, and I notice when the weather changes a lot, I've been getting headaches a lot more. I've noticed my feet have been swelling a lot more. And and like you, my joints have been hurting a lot more. And I've been trying to get into my doctor and haven't been able to be successful. They keep trying to tell me go to the clinic. I can't go to the clinic because I, like you, I know I need to be on steroids right now, even if it's just for a short period of time. Um, my doctor, the clinics won't give me steroids. I have to go to my doctor
Mm.
because I have a mark on my record because they make me look like I'm a diabetic. But still, I think for me, I think it has to do with the what. Have you ever paid any attention to that? I'm just curious.
I don't think so. I mean, there's been 3 times since last fall that I've had these kind of arthritis attacks, and um, I mean, honestly, I've wondered if it's come about because I've the dose of the steroid has been lowered. Um,
Okay.
but I don't really know. When I talked to the doctor last week, he didn't think that was it. He thought it was sarcoidosis.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I first saw him last fall with the first episode, he actually both of the rheumatologists did this. They did like an ultrasound of my hands and my ankles to see what was going on, and I'm trying to remember what did they find. So in the fall, he said he thought it was sarcoidosis inflammation, and I can't remember if he saw anything um, in the hands or not. And my other doctor, I'd have to look at the reports to see what they said. I don't think so, but I don't really know. I mean, because I haven't had it. So that was in the fall, and then this is the spring. So I don't know. Um, and I've also had some problems with swelling in my feet and ankles, and now I'm on a diuretic for that, which then also has other. I feel like I'm on too many drugs,
See,
and I'm like,
I'm just curious, but you know what? I'm serious because it seems like for me, to me, it seems like every time the weather changes, or that when every season change, that I always have an issue when it comes from the fall going to the winter.
okay.
Yes, every time I have a difficulty, and then once that you get to that certain plateau, then I'm fine. And then when
Mm.
the weather changes again, then I'm back to having that difficulty again. And then I'm fine once it plateaus. Do that not make sense?
No, that makes sense to me. I'm just not sure that it has the same effect on me. I'm just thinking of,
I was just curious.
yeah, because actually for a while in the fall, so then I had to go back up on the steroid, and then I was on Inflectra for several times, and then I had a bad reaction to it. And I think it was the week after that that I suddenly like had lots and lots of pain and was really very very stiff, like I could hardly walk.
Mhm.
So I had to go back up on steroids again. And I never knew why that happened. Like, did it have something to do with the reaction against the Inflectra, or who knows? It's so mysterious.
Well, that's why I was just asking. You know what I mean? That's why I was
Yeah,
just
I do know what you mean. Yeah.
because I know I have noticed that, and then it goes into a plateau, and then I'm fine, and then the weather changes. I'm back here again, and then it changes, and I'm back here again, and I'm like, really?
I mean, I do know people who don't have sarcoidosis, but who have just plain osteoarthritis, who feel that the change of seasons, or like if it gets damp, then they feel worse. And I have regular
And
arthritis
and
too.
I do have osteoarthritis, but I also know that I have sarcoid in my joints too. So,
Oh, okay.
mhm.
But then, like, why doesn't the Remicade stop that?
Because I have right, I have osteoarthritis, and I know the osteoarthritis Remicade doesn't do
No,
anything
the
for.
Remicade won't help. But if you have do you know if you have granulomas in your joints?
They've never found any in there.
Yeah.
But the problem is I've never been able to get a PET scan either. They've never allowed me, none of my insurances have ever allowed me to get a PET scan, but Dr. Culver, I think he knows that I have it. all in my joints when I went. He said, I can tell you, I'm pretty sure it's all in your joints. He would know. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Actually, I don't know if they use a PET scan like for hands and feet. They didn't send me for a PET scan. Actually, one of the doctors had this like portable ultrasound that he could use just on my hands, and the other one I had to go use a machine.
Excuse me a
Um,
moment. I am going to. Well, I got my insurance paper today. They are, because I have a lot of sinus drainage too. They are going to do a CT scan on
hmm.
my sinuses because my sinuses are horrible and I've been having really bad headaches lately. And so they are going to do that, and I'm going to have that done in June. So it
Oh,
has
good.
been approved, and I'm going to be allergy tested as well.
Oh, that makes sense too.
So they're going to do all of that in June. So, but my problem is I need to have something done now.
Mhm. So, have you found do the steroids help at all with the sinus stuff or not?
Well, I know I have a lot of inflammation going on, and all the medicines that they put me on, none of that stuff is working. They got, and I just stopped taking it because they had me on 3 nose drops. Um, I was taking a Benadryl every day, but the Benadryl I know wasn't working. And then they gave me some kind of other medicine to take at night. That didn't work. And they gave me a muscle relaxer to take at night, which also lowered my blood pressure. That didn't work. I'm telling you,
What was
I still take that because that kind of helps with some of the headache piece,
mm,
but it also lowers the blood pressure. But I'm telling you, whatever is going on, none of the stuff that they are giving me works. None of it. And I keep trying to tell them that y'all telling me to take all this stuff and it's not working. I just stopped taking it and I don't even go get prescriptions for it anymore because it don't work. I keep trying to, hey, it don't work.
yeah,
None of it works. So why take something that don't work? You know what I mean?
absolutely. Yes, I stop taking things if they don't seem to work or
Yes.
yeah.
I keep getting these little messages. Time for refills. No, it's not. No refills. None. But other than that, my sarcoid is good. But I think having these horrible allergies can acerbate your sarcoid. You know what I mean? Can just get in the way of it, you know? And having all these other issues besides just the sarcoid can just
Yeah.
tear into it. And I sleep a lot now too because my body is just too tired. It's terrible.
Yeah, I find I've been having suffering from dizziness this week. I'm going to see my doctor tomorrow about it. I don't think that necessarily has to do with the sarcoid. I think it might have to do with some of the medications I'm taking, but
See?
that's
Yeah,
why I was like, I'm taking too many drugs. And I also like, how do they interact with each other? I don't
yeah,
know.
they could be fighting against each other.
Yeah.
And that's not good. I remember the other day I woke up and I was up for a while. And I called my mom. I video chat with my mom every day because I need to know how she's doing because last year she fell
Oh, yeah.
3 times. And so I always stay in contact with her. And the first thing she said when she saw me, she said, "Oh my gosh, what's wrong with you?
Oh, dear.
What are you talking about?" She said, "Your whole side of your face was swollen." And I had to go and look in the mirror. And it was. This whole side of my face was swollen, up under my neck was swollen. But I felt fine. but I did. And there's something going on this side of my face.
Hmm.
My whole face was swollen. I'm like, so that's why I say, something's going on. And it's sad that we have to wait 2 and 3 months before we can get in to see any kind of doctor. And when you have a rare condition, that's even worse.
Right, because then, yeah, what kind of doctor is it that you see? Oh, the Alexa's message. Yes, preach. Is this like your regular doctor, your primary
It's
care? This,
primary care doctor. It's worse. Even if you want to see a regular doctor, it's still worse because you can't get in to see them because they're always full. And who's going to go to the ER? Because my insurance, I still have to pay about 50% of that if I go to the ER.
oh
I'm not going to
God.
the ER. Yes,
And then you go to the ER and you wait and you wait and you wait.
yes.
I mean, if you're having a heart attack, go to the ER or something else really dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah. I put in a message to my doctor 2 weeks ago and asked her, could she please fit me in to see her? She said she didn't have a way to see me because they were full. And can I go to a clinic? I told her no, because what I need, she needs to give to me, and I need to see her. And I told her what my issue was. She said, well, you need to come in to see me. I know that. That's why I'm putting this message in to you. Now, she has Wednesdays and Thursdays office hours. And I could not get in to see her last week and obviously not this week. And I'm on her cancellation list. I haven't received a call or anything from the office at all. I can't go into a clinic because I already know I need some like steroid or medication because there's a thing on my list that says do not give steroids because allergic to it. They
Allergic to it?
Yes, because it makes me look like I'm a diabetic.
Oh, you mean
But
because it increases
yes,
your glucose, but that's not an allergic reaction. That's unfortunately just one of the effects of the steroid.
yes, but it makes it look like that in me. But if my doctor gives it to me, it's because my doctor is going to monitor me. The clinic,
Right.
but the clinic can't give it to me. That's why I can't go to the clinic because they will not give it to me. My doctor said, go to the clinic. I said, I can't go to the clinic because I know I need to be on a steroid for a short period of time. I asked her, I said, I need a Z pack, one of those things
Right.
that,
Yeah, like that in effect. Yeah.
yes, because the clinic will not give me a Z pack. They will not give it to me. So what am I supposed to do?
Would it help to call
My doctor?
your doctor's office?
I sent a message to her. She said, well, I can't do anything. I can't give you that. You have to come in. I said, this is why I'm asking you. Can you squeeze me in? I'm sick. And I have this rare health. I need the help. I need the help. This is the first time I've ever had this much difficulty getting into my.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I have to see her and not anybody else because nobody else is going to give me what I need.
Yeah. Is she a specialist in sarcoidosis?
No, she's the only person that knows
Who knows
my
anything about it?
that
Yeah.
knows anything about me. And the other thing is nobody in Fort Wayne except for my dermatologist knows how to treat sarcoid. I can't go to a dermatologist for my issue.
Right.
He only sees me for my skin.
So even a dermatologist couldn't recognize sarcoid and know what to do for it.
He does for skin, yeah.
Oh, but not for anything else. Yeah.
No, he prescribes my Remicade.
Oh, the dermatologist does.
Hmm.
Oh, that's
Because
interesting.
because Cleveland Clinic could not. So Cleveland Clinic and my dermatologist, they worked together to
Oh, I
get
see.
Remicade because Cleveland Clinic is cross state lines.
Oh, because you're in Indiana, right?
Uh huh.
Where is Fort Wayne?
We're up at the top. We're like 30 minutes from Ohio state line.
Oh, okay. So you're not near a bigger city in Indiana where there might be more
Uh,
doctors.
we used to have something here in Indianapolis, but they closed down. Ain't nothing here in Indiana. That's why I went to Cleveland, and Cleveland is 4 hours away.
Yeah.
Now I can't go to Cleveland because of the kind of insurance I have. Because I needed to keep, I had to get some crappy insurance so I can keep my dermatologist.
Uh, and
Uh,
you're not on Medicare yet.
nope, not until January of next year.
Because if you're on Medicare, I think you don't.
Yeah, if I'm on Medicare, I can go back to Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Mhm. So I had to get some stupid insurance in order to keep my dermatologist because he prescribes my
The
Remicade.
Remicade, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and it was the only insurance that he was on. That he was on, and my primary care was on. Both of them was on the same insurance.
Well, that's fortunate, but
Mhm.
still, oh man.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it, it's a localized insurance.
Oh, so it's not like a national company or something like that.
Not really. I mean, it's national, but you can't go outside the city.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm serious.
So, like, if you were somewhere else in the state and you suddenly had to go to the doctor, it wouldn't pay for it?
Nope,
Oh my gosh.
because it'd be considered out of network.
Wow.
Yeah, it's how the insurance is set up.
That is crappy. I agree.
Hmm. Yeah, I ain't trying to go nowhere. Yeah.
I suppose you could try to move to Cleveland, but that seems like a pretty drastic step.
Well, I ain't thought about it. Yeah, I have thought about it because I wanted to keep my whole set of doctors over there.
Yeah. I've actually thought of moving to Rochester. I'm going to retire next year, and so theoretically I could move.
Is that because you like garbage plates?
Is that because I like what?
Garbage plates.
Garbage plates?
Oh my gosh, that's what Rochester is famous for in terms of food.
Oh, you talking about that breakfast plate? It's a
No,
breakfast plate.
no, they're called garbage plates. It started a Greek restaurant in Rochester, and now all these different restaurants have their own interpretation of
So
them.
what, so what is it? What is a garbage plate then?
So my friend Alice Oliver Shalom, she told me about them. She was in Rochester, You can get mac and cheese, you can get potatoes, you can get sausage, you can get a hamburger patty. They're just like all this stuff piled onto a plate.
I always thought a garbage plate was a breakfast plate because that's what we thought here. That's what we thought it was. I mean, that's what we were raised up to say what a
Hmm.
garbage plate was like a breakfast plate.
I wouldn't be surprised if that inspired it,
Like
but
a garbage plate in the sense like it's just got a whole pile of food on it.
it is huge. It's got like a lot of food. You can get vegetarian versions. You can get other versions.
I don't like
Um,
my food mixed like that though.
yeah, if you don't like things touching, it is not for you. But the garbage plate I had was really good, and also getting to go to Frederick Douglass and Susan B. Anthony's graves. That was just incredible.
Oh,
So
that's interesting.
Rochester's amazing. There's a statue of Susan and Frederick actually having a conversation there, which is really cool. Really, really
Wow.
cool.
Where is
Um,
that?
that's a good question. I know it's somewhere in
I
Rochester,
can go look
and
it up. Yeah.
yeah, they're buried pretty close together. And going to her grave and then going to hit, it was just, oh, it was incredible. So Rochester's got a lot of cool stuff. Yeah.
And the living as well as the dead. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
You wouldn't want to come to Fort Wayne. It's not cool here.
I thought it was cool. I love the Allen County Public Library. I do. I still got my card. Rebecca, I used to live where Regina lives.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, very small world. I liked the Three Rivers Festival. I liked the Allen County Public. Yeah, that's
Stop!
what I'm saying.
Stop! They're not having the Three Rivers Festival this year.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Thank you.
Horrible.
Thank
Horrible.
you.
That
This is the first
blasphemy.
year. No, they're not having it this year.
No, I'm gonna tell my mom that. She's gonna go blasphemy. That's awful.
Thank you.
Why aren't they having it?
That's a good question.
Someone
I'm looking
stole
it up.
money.
Oh
What?
my gosh. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, small world, you know. But yeah, so you're hoping to retire next year.
Are we talking about to
Yes,
me or to
yes, we're
Regina?
talking about
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I probably won't move to Rochester, but I have to say that it's convenient to have all the doctors there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just nice to have doctors who know something about sarcoidosis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or know a lot about it actually.
Yes. I'm in total agreement. Total agreement. It's just sad. We have like one of the biggest regional hospitals ever in Fort Wayne, and they don't have any specialties here. They don't. We have a huge neurology department that don't even treat sarcoidosis. I went in there for to let them know that I had sarcoid, and my doctors put in for someone to treat me for sarcoid, and they said that we don't treat for sarcoid. I said, what do you mean? You're a neurology department, why not? Oh, we just don't. How can you be a neurology department and scientific neurology department and you
Yeah.
don't treat for sarcoidosis? That just rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, and you're a regional hospital. Come on now.
Is it a teaching hospital? Is it connected to a university or a medical school?
Um, they're not, but the problem is if they should, and But they should they treat people with seizures. Um, but IU is stepping in now. I
Mm.
they're a teaching hospital down in Indianapolis, but we now have a small portion of IU that has come up to Fort Wayne. We have DuPont, um, but I'm sorry, but Parkview is all over this region.
What's
They're
you?
everywhere. It's called Parkview Regional Medical.
Ah, and they don't have any provisions for sarcoid.
Thank you. It blows the mind. And we're heavy with sarcoid up in this area. You know, there's been steel mills up in this area, car manufacturers up in this area. I mean, lots and lots of different things where people can be
Yeah,
affected. Why not have something like that? You know what I'm saying? You know, it just doesn't make sense. But there is a doctor down in Indianapolis, I do believe, that works with a lot of sarcoid
mm,
patients. I'm told by some of the people, they're not satisfied.
with
Some of
that.
the
Sure.
yes, some of the people that's in my Facebook group that they're not happy with,
Mm.
the services down in that area. So yeah, they're not pleased, and a lot of them have that same doctor. But where else are they gonna go?
Right. Yeah, that's the problem.
Yes. So I'd rather travel 4 hours than to travel an hour and a half.
Well, if you're going to doctors who actually know about it, then it's worth it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Because I did go to Indianapolis at one time, and there was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful doctor that was down there, but then she retired.
I guess that even doctors get to retire, but
Yes. But Dr. Culver said there is another doctor whose pulmonology that he did recommend. If I were to have to go down to Indianapolis, he did recommend a doctor. Um, but I thought I would be able to get that doctor, but the insurance that I got said nope.
so he's out of network.
Yep.
Do they pay anything for out of network or just not very much?
They don't pay anything out of network. You're all on your own.
Really?
Yeah.
My insurance pays less for out of network, but they still pay something.
Well,
Wow.
they might pay something, but I don't have anything to pay on the other side because I'm retired. So
Yes, and I'm not retired, but I still have a lot of other
and,
medical
and
expenses.
I got a lot of medical expenses, and I'm definitely not giving up my house. So I choose not to do anything out of network.
Yeah.
So no, I pay real close attention to all that because I've been trying some alternative stuff, trying to do, for like my allergies and all this other stuff because over the counter stuff ain't working.
Yeah.
None of it's just not working. So,
Yeah, it only works up to a certain point,
yep,
and then it doesn't. Yeah.
yep, yes, ma'am. So, in this day and age, we do what we can do.
Yeah.
So, Rebecca, I'm going to go to the writing real quick. How's your writing coming along?
Well, I've written some things, but honestly, I was thinking again of your, let's see now, your directions for our next um, meeting is to, well, I still haven't written anything about my favorite pet. And
Oh, the the
the next
other
one,
one is about your a secret that you had to keep, but later you had to release that secret.
the problem is that the secrets, all the secrets I can think of, it's not lighthearted.
Huh.
And actually, there are things I wouldn't tell strangers.
Well, I have a secret, but this was one that I could tell anybody because it was funny as all
Great.
get out.
Great secret.
Yes. Ooh, this secret is funny. It happened like 2 years ago. I can't help it. I wrote it down. In fact, I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I'm gonna just tell you it was a secret. I had to write 4 pages on it. I wrote it in 2 parts because it was so funny. I could not help it but to write it down because it was one that I did not ever, 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 ever want to forget. I didn't want to ever forget it. And then I brought it up to my brother the other day and he hollered. We laughed about it so hard. It was not even funny. We had a ball about it the other day because I brought it up to him. He said, "Oh, I remember that." Woo.
I just can't think of anything. Periodically I'll be talking to a friend and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to tell you something, but you can't tell anybody else." I'm like, "Okay, so I won't tell anybody else." And then I'm like, then I forget about it. So that's not a story I can tell. And then there's like been a couple of family things where I'm like, that'll just make people cry. So
Well, this one is funny, and I just want to talk about it so bad now, but I gotta wait till next
you
month.
gotta wait till the next class.
Woo. Yeah, I have a lot of my brothers. See, I'm gonna put it like this: my brothers. I got 4 brothers. Two of them, one I know for sure has passed away. The other one, we're not sure if he's passed away or still alive, but we
Oh,
haven't heard from
dear.
him in 5 years. Yeah. But my brothers, they always put me in the middle of secrets.
Oh, you mean they told you secrets that you weren't supposed to tell anybody else because you were the girl?
Yeah. Yeah, this one is like a secret and a lie, and but it was only for like a short period of time, and oh, anyway, but it was a good one.
We'll all have to guess in the next class whose secret it was.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny when you have siblings and stuff, they like to put you in the middle of stuff. But I had to be in the middle of this one. Anyway. Hmm. Something else.
Actually, just thinking of the family secrets, it's all been from one of my brothers. It hasn't been from
See?
anybody else.
See?
My father doesn't tell me secrets that I can't tell anybody, or my stepmother. Oh, no, actually,
See?
she did. She did tell me something, but it was very serious. Something
And
she
it
wanted
could
to
be
tell me
something
about.
funny as all get out.
No, that's the problem. None of them are funny. They're like sad or tragic or
Oh, they don't have to be tragic. They could be funny.
I'll
If,
have to tell the
if
next time this happens, I'm going to have to tell my family member, you can only tell me a secret if it's funny.
right. Oh, but yeah, I got see. Our family, we like my brothers are pranksters. I got
Oh,
too. I got prankster brothers, brothers who like to pull surprises, who like to do fun stuff, who like to do we that kind of family, right? They like to apply pressure on you, that kind of stuff. But anyway, that's how we are. We're just like when you in a family of six, that's how it is.
wait a
Family
minute.
of
So you also have a sister?
yeah, yeah. She's passed away too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she was the first one to go. And that was in 1998, and then my brother passed away in 2015. And then the other brother, we're not sure what happened to him, if it was COVID or drug use,
Dear.
in 2020, 2021, but we haven't heard from him in about 5 years.
Wait a minute. He's the one that you think might have passed away, or
Yes,
you're not sure?
right.
Oh,
But
wow.
we haven't heard from him in 5 years. But I know what I was going to say, Alexa. When you asked me,
Yes, ma'am.
was something wrong?
Mm-hmm.
This morning, I found out my oldest granddaughter, who's 24, she'll be 25 this year,
Mm-hmm.
has lupus.
Okay.
Oh,
Yep, she has lupus. Her mom just found out a couple of days ago, but
Mm-hmm.
she has known for a while.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It absolutely sucks.
what causes lupus? Or is it an autoimmune
It's
disease?
autoimmune.
Autoimmune.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
It's primarily in women, but men do get it. And they're kind of curious as to why that is, that it really leans towards women. Well, do you know if she has a good rheumatologist, or do you not know anything?
I just found out this morning.
Oh,
Well,
Mhm.
thankfully, um, lupus has come quite a long way, which is great. There's been a lot of good awareness. Doctors are understanding it a lot better. And now, because I mean, Toni Braxton, like for example, she's a great example of lupus because she had cardiac issues. She's been really sick sometimes due to her lupus. We've gotten to the point where we've been able to limit some of the organ damage, which is just fantastic. Some of these new biologic medications are allowing people to have healthier organs and feel better. But yeah, lupus is just such a tough diagnosis for everybody involved.
Well, back when she was a teenager, we found out she had a heart murmur.
Okay.
And we already know that my youngest granddaughter has a heart murmur too.
Hmm.
Oh,
That's very common with lupus.
is it
really?
Yeah.
heart murmurs?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Caused by the lupus, you mean? Or it's
Yeah,
just
because lupus attacks your organs. So there's multiple sclerosis that attacks your nervous system, your central nervous system. Lupus attacks your organs. So your heart, especially, usually like Toni Braxton, she was in cardiac rehab because of her lupus.
who's Toni
Um,
Braxton?
she's a singer,
Oh,
and she's been one of the most famous people with
wow.
lupus, and she's been very open about it, which is great. But she had to go to cardiac rehab. I think she had a heart attack at 40 something, which was nuts. But it's very common to have that with lupus, as far as I understand. Because we used to have a lupus group here at AnCan, so I learned a lot about it.
How can you when should they start testing people for lupus?
So usually, they require you to get the butterfly rash right here before they do an antibody test, unfortunately. And
Mm.
the issue is because so many Black women have lupus, the butterfly rash, like for me, if I had the red butterfly rash, you would know it. Sometimes it looks a little bit different or it's not as intense. So sometimes you can see that you do present with the butterfly rash, but it's not as visible or it can be a little bit different colored. So I would absolutely say, if your youngest granddaughter is complaining of joint pain, my back hurts, this or that, that's something to bring up to the pediatrician and saying, we have a history of autoimmune conditions and lupus in our family. So would you please run an ANA test?
Yeah.
But I'm so sorry that you guys are going through that. I know, with you having sarcoidosis, that's hard. But it's really hard to see your loved ones, especially with an autoimmune condition, because as everybody here knows, that's every day. It's not part time, it's an everyday thing.
That lupus runs on my daughter's father's side of the family
Mhm. Mhm.
because his sister had lupus.
Oh,
Mhm. Yeah.
does it have a genetic component to it?
It's complicated because we know that people who have family members with a history of lupus are more likely to get it, but we're not necessarily sure if it's genetic. It's
Hmm.
interesting. But we do know that if a loved one has it, you're at a higher risk. The real issue is it can take a long time to get diagnosed with lupus, and then you can get organ damage. You really have got to be proactive about
Mm.
it. Some people find that changing their diet really, really helps. Some people find that exercise helps, but a lot of people will need some rounds of steroids or biologics. Kind of depends.
Right.
Hmm.
Sounds like other autoimmune disorders.
It honestly, lupus is like the OG original autoimmune condition. We learned just about a lot of autoimmune conditions a lot from lupus, and yeah, I really hope your granddaughter can get in with a good rheumatologist and set up a plan, especially when she has a flare. And also, Regina, I hope she knows that she can come to you and get advice on dealing with an autoimmune chronic condition.
Well, I told my daughter to have her call me. I'm not going to
Yeah,
call her because I want her to be able to come to me.
absolutely,
I don't want her to
absolutely,
know. I want her to call me.
of course.
So,
Sorry.
Yeah, that's really hard.
yeah, uh, seems like all kinds of stuff is just going down into my family.
Yeah, yeah. And that's very hard.
Yeah, and then my mom made that comment today when I called and told my mom I wanted to, not trying to be funny, but I wanted to smack her because
Mhm.
she said, "Well, we're all gonna die with something, aren't we?"
Mm.
I said that to a friend today, and she was like, basically, cheer up. So,
I mean, but my mom said that, and that's not what I really wanted to hear.
no,
No, I don't think Rebecca wanted to hear cheer up either.
no, no. I was being funny, I thought, and she was like, I think she was taking it more seriously than I was. But yeah. Oh, well, it's fortunate you're talk to your mother only on video call at that moment. So,
She was safe. Her mother was very fortunate. She was very fortunate. Last night on RMC, I made fun of actually the person I've known at AnCan the longest, which is funny, who is Carissa Moran, and her husband and I were in the same cancer support group. So I knew her before I even came to AnCan, and she still has her Christmas tree up. And so I was making jokes. I didn't know she's now doing jujitsu and just got her for like she leveled up. And I said, I'm not making no more comments. I am just
person.
keeping my mouth shut. And she's like, I said, I don't want you showing up at my door. That's what I don't want.
Please show up.
I got enough problems. I don't need you.
Wait a minute. This is like a tree. Is it a real tree inside the house?
No, no. She just still, and she's like, I'm going to keep it up. She's like, why not? And I'm like, okay, I love it. We all love the Christmas tree. You're fantastic. You're a great person. I got no problems with you. So,
I mean, people leave their Christmas lights up outside all year round.
oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you know,
I will never be at her house then. I'm just saying.
yeah, she's funny.
Wow. Mm-mm.
Well, is there anything else that we need to talk about?
No, I think I got all my little frustrations
Well,
out.
good. And what about you, Rebecca?
I think I got most of them out.
Good.
Oh, and there's one thing. So I started following the Foundation for Sarcoidosis Research online on Facebook.
Yeah.
And at the end of June, the last weekend in June, they're having this kind of 2-day online conference for.
I've attended those.
So I signed up to go. I mean, I won't go anywhere, but to sit in front of my
computer. Good for you.
And
good.
Cost
$30.
Oh. Yeah, I used to do that, but I did it and volunteered to, so I could go free. But no, I'm not gonna pay.
Yeah. Well, good for you, Rebecca. What made you want to do it?
Just to learn more.
Yeah.
It's a good conference to attend, though.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a good conference to attend. You'll learn a lot. A lot of different organizations will be there. You can roam around in the swap. It's kind of like a little showcase like thing that you can move around to and stuff. I mean, it's really, really, really cool. I've done it for years. But I did as a volunteer, and then I'd go in and sit in like one of those little like weight rooms or chat rooms and talk with people in the chat room and things like that. But I haven't done it for the last couple of years.
I'm kind of
changed their platform, so
because what?
They changed their platform up, so
I'm hoping I could, maybe hear researchers on cardiac sarcoidosis and
Oh, I'm sure you'll see that in there because it's big right now. It's a big topic right now.
Well, yeah, I think that's great. Anything you can do to become more empowered and learn more is always a good thing. Always.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll learn some things to
Do you ever get the Sarcoidosis news? It's like a newsletter you could sign up for.
No,
news.
I think when I first got sarcoid and I was like looking up various things online,
I'll send you a copy of what I get. I'll send you a copy.
Okay, thanks.
In that way, you can sign up for it and you can get like new articles. One of my friends, Carrie Wong, she writes articles for them as well too. So I'll just send you an email.
Carrie is awesome, and she needs to stop by again. Carrie needs to pay us a visit.
So I'll
So
send you.
Regina, guilt her. Give her a little bit of guilt. Tell her I want to see her. I haven't seen Carrie in a long time.
Yeah, she writes lots and lots and lots of articles for the
Okay.
Sarcoidosis News. So I'll send you a copy of that so you can read that, and then you can sign up for their newsletter.
Okay, thanks.
I mean, you'll learn a lot from them too. Yeah,
Okay.
Awesome. I wanted to say something super quick. I was muted. So at AnCan, we are part of something called Great Nonprofits. And to get our 2025 seal, we need a few more reviews. If we have helped you in any way, shape, or form, if you would just write a quick review, that would be fantastic. I'm going to post the link in the chat. And if you're watching this recording, the link will be in the YouTube description. So absolutely, just write a little bit of something. If we have helped you, we would super appreciate it.
all
Okay.
right.
I think in the email reminder that
Yes, we put in the reminder too.
okay. So it's I see. So to write a story.
Yeah, you just write and basically say, have we helped you? Have we done any improvement with your quality of life or anything like that? And that really helps us with sponsorships and also people knowing that we do actually serve our communities.
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Is
Perfect.
there a
Thank you,
deadline?
Rebecca.
Is there a deadline for it?
There's not really a deadline, we just start asking, I think it's a few months, so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, I can do that. No problem.
Perfect. Thank you, Rebecca. We appreciate it.
Okay, good. Well, I'll see you all next month and hopefully more people will show up.
Absolutely. Good to see everybody.
All righty.